The Yamaha YZ450F was a bit of a surprise for me today. You know, at Racetown, I didn't really jive with it that much. It felt a little off. But out here at Competitive Edge today, it worked really well on this track, and the thing puts out so much power. And when it's loamy and it's thick, the snap right off idle is pretty fun. It gets a little bit of a handful once the track starts getting more slippery and dry, and maybe an off-camber corner. You have to be careful with that throttle because any tension on that tube and the thing just takes off. The suspension, the fork, that's my favorite fork out of all these bikes. It's really plush and compliant and doesn't bottom out. It feels like the thing's working great all the time. The shock is pretty good and works well with that. And like I said, at Competitive Edge, that bike was comfortable today. It really cornered well and just kind of was right up there in the top of the picks for Competitive Edge track.
The 2014 Yamaha 450 for me seemed a little cheap. I didn't like the front pod that you have to lift up to get to the gas filler. The power, the bottom seemed a little bit off. The pulled through the mid to the top, very strong. The suspension was really progressive. In the chop, it felt a little bit harsh to me. The bars and grips were good. Had a little bit of vibration coming through them, and the intake had a kind of like a hollow sound that's definitely you can get used to, but was weird at first. The exhaust is fairly loud, not as loud as the Kawasaki, but it's probably the second loudest in the whole Shootout. Overall, it's kind of down there on the list.
Today here at Comp Edge, I actually really liked the bike. It was really surprising for me. If there's lack of ruts and the track's hard pack and more you can move around on it, that's where the bike shines. The motor's excellent, really strong motor. You can come out of an inside corner and get over a jump really easy. Smooth to ride, easy to ride. The fork and the shock is probably the best suspension here in the 450 class right now. It's predictable, has a lot of comfort. We added a little bit of oil to the fork, 10 cc's, and that kind of made it hold up a little bit, which is a lot more comfortable for me, especially when we ride over the front a lot. The ergos to me fits a taller rider. I'm 5'11", and I actually like the ergos a lot. So it feels like a big bike, but straight line stability is improved, and I like the bike a lot.